Hey guys, how we doing? So back home from the Blade show. We got home last night because we kind of extended it. Monday was aquarium. We always went to see aquarium. You guys know I love nature, and Georgia Aquarium is the biggest one in the largest aquarium in the world, the biggest tank, and it was amazing. It was really cool. So great experience overall. Met all the old friends, met a lot of new friends, a lot of connections. It was amazing. It always is. I mean, I don't think there is such a thing as bad show. When you're there, not for business, you know, you're there for fun like we were. I don't think there is such a thing as a bad show. So had a great time. Too many people to even mention, you know. So what else? What happened? Friday, good. You know, wasn't lucky enough to buy any you know, lottery stuff. Saturday morning we went again with Ben, this time Ben from CRKT, but it is the same Ben we used to work for Blade HQ, and we did our annual. I called it Mike and Ben because only him and me are the two people that were there all 3 times in the last 3 years. And was there, nicely enough, Jeff, Cathay lover, this year, he made a Blade show and it was great. You know, we've met before, we know each other personally, so we had a great time. We hung out together a lot. We went to the dinner Friday night to Bruce Nebulax, you know, met up with Tim, George, Jeff came, Tough Times came for dinner, Leon Ma was there for dinner, Oromoto from YouTube was there for dinner, so really good time, Josh, a lot of people. It's too many to mention, and you know, a lot of you guys wouldn't even know really who is who. But from Ben, we just had a little bit of fun, you know, chopping and testing some CRKT products. What I want to show you is he made a bunch of these, and luckily there was only a couple of us. It was actually what, 6 people? So we all walked away with a bunch of these. You know, your loss, guys. I kind of called everybody who I met on the Friday. So he had this little minimalist engraved, custom engraved, laser etched with the Chop Fest. He called it Chop Fest 2004. It's a little gathering, that's what he called it. And it was cool. It's always great. You know what? Ben is one of those people that even if it was just him and me hanging out by the river, testing out some products or something, making videos, just having fun, I would go. It's just good times. And it's kind of nice, relaxed to kind of turn off at least for those 2-3 hours out there instead of walking through. It's right before the show, Saturday morning. It's kind of nice to just turn off a little bit. I did good. I left a bunch of knives with customers and a couple with the dealers. Arizona got some, Blade HQ got some. I miss Neil. Every time I walk by their booth, I promise him some, and he never was there. So Neil didn't get any, but I'll hook him up sometimes. And a couple people, you know, that met me in the pit or you know, outside of the show, they picked up some. One thing what I kept was, I kind of tried to keep, and it worked out. This one, because I wanted to do the open bid auction on Instagram and also here on YouTube. That is actually live, so if anybody's interested for this really cool Black Damascus Toxic Green, I mean, and on the show, you know, a lot of people do not like it. A lot of people didn't like it because green it's just too different for a lot of people, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, you have a lot of people that went crazy for this. Only thing is, you know, there is a lot of work and a lot of expensive materials. So it is expensive knife. The starting on this is $1,000, and we'll see how it goes. It's gonna end Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have really cool, lot of details in it, from you know, the hand carved flipper to the milled out spine, floating back spacer. Everything is like perfectly matching. Ceramic detent and ceramic bearings. Hand wrap switch, that is perfect. Everything about this one is perfect. It just came out perfect, you know. So all it comes down if you like the fancy knives and if you like green. It is a really nice and thin grind, flat. Copper already starts to patina, which is, I mean, it looks nice and clean when it's brand new, but my personal favorite is when it actually patinas already, you know, when it's patinaed like this. When it's like the dark and you kind of see all different colors on the light, on the sun. That's what I like. And then a lot of people said when they seen it starting turning on the tab here, when everybody's touching it, everybody said that they can't wait to see it, and you can kind of see it plays all different colors, like bluish, purplish, greenish. Really nice. And over time it's gonna go, it's actually gonna happen quick, and it's gonna go here on the bottom, and then when it's really cool. So perfectly centered. Good. It's not as smooth, it's gonna wear out, but it's perfectly smooth and it fires like a rocket. So good detent and good lockup. Not too late, not too early. Yeah, I think it's good. Another thing was, these are gonna go to the gear bastion. So you have a regular drop one, large flipper, which I like. Same thing, good lockup, perfectly centered. Just nice and gray for the people that like gray. This one has the copper insert in the pivot, 3/16 pivot, and it's kind of like that part. The pivot is, I call it micro hammered look, heat colored. Just nice rounded spine, nice and lean grind, reinforced tip, micro swedge by the tip. So that's on the gear bastion, and this one will be on the gear bastion. A lot of people like this, but everybody is really into the newer, thicker stock titanium for a little beefier feel in a knife. I personally like this, but I will let this one go. This is one of the older ones. This is the one I picked up back from the customer that needed money. Really nice because it's older. It's, you know, I refinish everything and except the blade. The blade is the nice patina copper wash. But it's super smooth because this was used, so it already wore in nicely, really nicely. This is what you would call concealed carry. This actually is concealed carry, and it has those grooves and the hole pattern. One of my favorite ones I've made because it's super sleek. It's the one I called spoon. Super sleek, super smooth, perfectly centered. I like it. It's gonna be a little cheaper than the newer ones, just because of the fact that it's older, and I actually lose money on it because I bought it for the same money I sold it for, and I'm gonna sell it cheaper. But that's beyond the point. I brought this back, the lefty necker, that's back on the gear bastion. And I forgot to show people I had one left from those prototypes. This is the ABL steel. Let me grab this, let me set this up. Let me show you. The big, I don't think you actually guys seen it on YouTube, people on Instagram seen it. This is gonna be the new bottle openers I will be offering. Just a small, simple bottle opener, the one that will not weigh your keys down. This is a prototype from ABL with the copper wash and then some heat coloring. It's gonna be, I think I called it the beak. And this one is just, you can see what it is, if the camera will focus. It has a micro pattern on the edges and on the inside. There you go. Micro pattern on the edges and on the inside, and you have just nice, I think it's about 120 grit, and then stone wash, no, copper wash and stone wash on the flats. These were pretty popular. The first couple I made, I had couple titanium, couple steel. They had very good response on the Instagram, so I will do couple more. It's not something I want to do, but once in a while I get tired from seeing all the tools and everything, but once in a while it is nice to make, you know, couple tools. So it's pretty cool, and people like them, you know, there is a big market for it, so you guys gotta understand. That's why people do it, because people love it, people buy it, and you wouldn't believe to what a crazy price is. Little keychain tools and little like knocks and bottle openers from certain makers, how high they go on secondary market. It is insane. There is a huge market for these little, let's call it jewelry, you know, knife making jewelry, really. That's what they are. And plus they work as a bottle openers, or they work as a pry bars, they work as a screwdrivers, you know, all that thing. Not everybody understands. Even I don't understand something, you know, some prices people are willing to pay, but that's what it is, you know. It is market, you know, demand and, what is it, supply and demand. That's all it is. And as for the stuff that I picked up, so one thing I picked up was my pre-order from Andre Toburn, I can't pronounce it. This top flipper is a collaboration with the other Andre from South Africa, A2. Really beautiful knife, line lock, super, one of the smoothest knives you will ever handle probably. It's actually like almost too smooth, like the blade just falls completely. One thing I like A really nice and lean grind on it. Even though it's hollow, it's very large radius hollow, so it still should cut nice. Titanium liner, really beautiful seamless bolster look. I'm not a fan of the bolster, but it just it just looks good, and with his work, his take on it, I like it. Full on back spacer all the way across. I like it, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. We'll see. Like I said, super smooth. And this is a big thing. I was lucky enough, I wasn't lucky enough to pick it up directly, so this is kind of secondary market, but I still was lucky enough to get it for a fair price. Marfione new custom ANAX, let me double check if I say it right. ANAX, ANAX. Titanium integral frame lock. Beautiful. The thing about this one is the whole package is so thought through. I've never seen such things. So you start off with nice and fancy box, right? That has kind of like a carbon fiber sticker on it, you know, the carbon fiber look. Nice, right? That's pretty cool. Magnetic box, by the way. Then you have certificate of authenticity. Is actually beautiful, laser etched and probably laser cut steel plate with all the details about the knife. You know, what is it called? Laser edge on it. It actually doesn't say the steel, which steel is Elmax. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't say steel. But really cool. They made only 80 of them, and Tony said that they made only 80 of them, so nice thing, right? Now you look at the knife. Look at all the details on the screws. All the screws are matching. It has a removable, replaceable lock bar. The whole lock bar is actually replaceable, so really cool. You don't have only the stainless, not only the steel, hardened steel lock face insert, but also the lock bar. So if something happens with the lock bar, you squish it or something, which I really honestly cannot see how that happens, you know, they can replace the whole lock bar. Really cool, kind of D10 ball inspired pocket clip. Just beautiful. You see how it holds there, just one, again, matching screw in there. Nice thing is no thumb studs, and it is nice and lean, you know, like nice and thin, so very pocket friendly. No thumb studs, and you don't need them because you just so much purchase here on that fuller here, which is kind of signature for Marfione custom. They do it on a lot of knives. They do all kinds of crazy inlays in there, so really nice. It's a cool looking shape. It's not a small knife, it's a pretty large knife. Hollow grind, they do it, you know, Marfione customs, there's a lot of them are hollow grinds. Microtech production models are flat grinds. I keep saying that Microtech production knives, because of how they grind the knives, how thin and it's flat, one of the best knives you can buy for the money. Best performing knives you can buy for the money when it comes to cutting performance, you know, from production. So really impressed. This linear, new Tigon linear, so instead of linear hole you have this, and they will probably offer all different things. This is just for decoration, the first one they came up with. Pretty cool, look at that. Titanium, you have titanium screws here, stainless steel rope, and then you have this. So they will offer probably all different things like a glass break or maybe just loop, all different things. Pretty neat. Very impressed. And also, you know, here, pouch. The really nice pouch, and the patch, it's the actual like a steel sword. Really cool. Another thing, the zipper pull. Look, little tiny titanium sword has a zipper pull. And it also comes with the little tool, which isn't necessarily meant for the screws, but it's meant to tighten and loosen the pivot head. I mean the lanyard head, lanyard screw. So really cool. I think that this will go really high on the secondary market prices. So if you can grab one of those, I highly recommend it. If it's something you like, I think it's gonna be very sought after. And what else? Got the superconductor. Pretty cool, pretty expensive. This is that small finer pattern. I think they call it wood grain. Yeah, wood grain. So kind of excited to try that. Got this for first time. I bought a mosaic pins with one very specific purpose, which I won't use too often. But where is it? Here, I already tried it on one. For those custom pivots that people are bragging about and keep asking about. So it's 3/16 alpha 9 supply pivot with mosaic pin inlay. It's nice and simple, but looks pretty cool, I think. That's the 3/16. I have also 1/8 for the smaller ones if I would want to do just a smaller, you know, make the inlay smaller. But I think 3/16 is good on that. Another thing I picked up a lot actually, very expensive screws from Steve Kelly. One of the best hardware for knives. So this, for example, 3/16 pivot with the titanium screws, blanks. He has decorative screws also, but I took blanks so I can do some stuff with it maybe, if the camera would focus. So you see nice, that's 5/16 screws. Also even more expensive, where are they? There are two of them. I picked up two here. Same thing, 3/16 pivot, 3/8 screws, but these are not just any screws, these are actually zirconium screws. Yeah, I might have to be careful to tighten it, because zirconium is not as strong as titanium, but he said he tested it and it should be plenty strong for the folder. And I mean, this screw don't really hold literally lateral forces, at least not on my knives. My knives are, I always keep saying, like, if you would do some stupid stuff with my knife, stuff like tip and edge would let go before anything else. I just grind them fine for cutting, not prying. So that's gonna be pretty cool on some of the special, like really nice and fancy pieces. I have two of those, and of course bunch of titanium screws, what I used before, just so I fill up on stock, and also a couple of these titanium backspacer, threaded backspacer, or the standoff really. I'm gonna do those on a couple knives too. These little things are so expensive you wouldn't believe, you know, things like, it would be like half of your what is this, palm, half of your palm, and it was like $400 worth of screws, you know, tiny little screws. They are expensive, they are pricey. What else? I don't even mention that we got, you know, everybody who was there actually just got stuff for free from CRKT. There was the items we tested, so we took it in and we can just use it, give them some feedback on it. Couple of these, I pick up like 3 pieces of the cutoffs like every year. So I have actually really cool idea this year what I'm gonna do. Probably soon, because I'm kind of excited about that fun project, so that's gonna be probably soon. And I got a really cool gift from Joe Flowers, my really good friend. Just tons of like cutoffs from my Carta, from pieces like this. It's crazy. It's actually gonna be great for that project what I was talking about for Damascus. To just like pretty much anything. Look at this. Just imagine how big this thing had to be when this is a cutoff from something. It's like my Carta block. Not sure what I'm gonna use it for. This will be actually probably for some kind of jig, or like a, yeah, probably jig. But it's just awesome. Just to show you, you know, how great, you know, people that are there. It was amazing. good experience. And I think that's pretty much it. One more thing. Oh, I don't have it, it's in my wallet, but I picked up a really cool kind of credit card look. You know, it looks just like credit card, but it's a Lockpicks set. It was actually from Wilmot Grinders, Wilmot Knives, the guys that make Wilmot Grinders. They also make knives, and one of their products is this. It's a tool steel, hardened tool steel, and it's a Lockpick set, so you can just break out the pieces from the inside, and it's really cool. I've played with the Lockpicks in the past. I opened a couple of the basic locks, but it is a nice thing to have in the, especially when you're into that outdoor survival and also kind of like urban escape and invade thing. You want to know certain things, you want to practice certain things. It is a great thing to have. Very handy, because you know, you never know when you can be abducted. Just kidding, you know, but you know, like Adam says, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Which, by the way, met Adam and Robbie again, two great guys talk. Adam actually made a video with me. It's kind of fun. I'm pretty sure it has to be fun for them to watch me in just those 3 years when they've seen me, you know, when I had my hands and they drove me to ER to make, you know, stuff like this. it's amazing for me, so I can only, you know, guess what the other people that know me from very beginnings, what they think. And everybody is very supportive and very nice. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, these are going to the gear Bastion. That's open auction. I'm gonna keep the bids because I posted it on Instagram already, so it's gonna be kind of cross-connected. So if somebody bids on the video and I confirm it, or if I know you, I will, you know, update the other places too, and same thing other way around. People bidding on Instagram, if people bid on Instagram, I will post it here in the comments so you guys can see it, right? So yeah, here's just so you see, that's the Instagram, and the first bid is already on $1,000. So I know it's a lot, but these are expensive knives and expensive materials and high risk with the black Damascus. So that's just reality. And people that are into things and are, you know, likely to bid on it, they know it. So I really don't have to explain to other people why is it so expensive. Guys, you just have to understand it. That's what it is. I'm the same way. Like, I wouldn't buy something like this, or I would think twice to buy something. It would have to be something really special for me. But that is reality, you know. Just because I think it's too much or it's a lot, not too much, just because I think it's a lot of money doesn't mean that it's not worth it. You know, it is worth what people are willing to pay for it. That is the demand. What is it? Supply and demand. Basic economics. Guys, thank you for all watching. Thank you for all the support. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut your